Smash! Incredible Hulk is the second MCU movie and very first Hulk movie before it got rebooted and replaced by Mark Ruffalo. This is one of the first MCU movie I thought it's soggy and very a bit not terrible, a bit bad, but still good. But I might gonna solve this problem why I did like this movie a lot. Now I'm gonna explain why. Incredible Hulk is not my favorite MCU movie. So anyways, Incredible Hulk is where you take this is actually already this is not actually the origin story. They didn't show origin story. Just like Spider-Man, they didn't show the origin story. They just continue about the Hulk story. It is imagine like the Hulk 2003. But to be honest, this is actually way better than Hulk 2003. The Hulk version of 2003 is terrible. And now they cast Edward Norton, and then he really needs to control his anger, so he doesn't want to become a green monster guy named Hulk. And he really needs to control himself, so he cannot really defensive of himself because his look is different as the Avengers. And we might say that a Hulk we might say the Hulk has very difficulties, so he really needs to contend on. But Seven other than Easter eggs, he really needs to solve that Hulk. He really solve that Hulk needs to work together with um, all of these solved problems. The soldiers need to take him down, while all the rest of the Avengers needs to risk him down. So they really need to solve problems for all of those Hulk scientists and varying toast. So anyway, I have no words about this movie, but I might say this movie is weak, but it's not weak, but it's very cool. Some of the action scenes are not good, especially the final one. The final one is one of the epic scenes I have ever seen. I mean, like The Incredible Hulk, it is not a good film, but it's still good, awesome. It's like it's like the end of the movie. It's very great because it is very connection to the MCU, but it's not very connection to the MCU because I thought this is not like the MCU. This is like the other universe. But even though one of the reasons why I thought this is not the MCU, but it is the MCU, it is but it is connection. But the cast of Edward Norton doesn't want to be Hulk anymore because he quit his job for being Hulk. He doesn't want to, like very unusual. But I think the Incredible Hulk is very unnecessary and very plot holes, and some of the stories, the dialogue is there is confusing and something like that, but the dialogue is good. I think the action, but some of the scenes are boring and plot holes and boring stuff. But the only I'm looking forward that is best is like, you know, Bruce Banner just became Hulk. That is my favorite scenes. Like some of the scenes, they are not like even at all because the Incredible Hulk is kind of like a confusing movie. I was watching it and very bored. So I'm bored in this movie, and this movie is kind of not good at all. But even though there are some great Easter eggs to set up for the Avengers, because even though it is not really the same fact, but the CGI in this movie, it is not that good, but it is almost good as the first Iron Man CGI, but not as good because I think Iron Man is just very great in this movie, and this is gonna exclude spoilers, of course. And the spoiler in this movie, as at the end of the mid credit scenes, is where you can see this guy, is where you can see this guy the captain just met Tony Stark, and Tony Stark is gonna set for the Avengers to tell that because he's after Nick Fury's explanation for something, and he really needs to solve all of these problems and need to identification for Hulk. They really need to set up the MCU, and after that, they got a reboot because in the Avengers they got reboot of Hulk. They really need to fix this Avengers thing, and they need to run. So I think the Incredible Hulk is not a good movie. I think I'm gonna give like the Incredible Hulk a 6.5 out of 10. I think, and still better than Thor: The Dark World. I think Thor: The Dark World is the weakest MCU movie I have ever seen. It's soggy, it's boring a bit. I think it's okay. I might say 6.5 out of 10. Yep, that's it. So guys, thank you guys for watching, and this is a short movie review. I have no explanation for that. And I'm so looking forward to review on Iron Man 2, Captain America the First Avenger, and Avengers. I'm not gonna review Thor because I already reviewed Thor. And yep, it's good. So I think not good for an Incredible Hulk. So I'll see you guys next time for my next movie review on Iron Man 2.